So, I got a fun little package. That music is a little grating. I got a fun package, and I've got more for this coming, too, in the future. But, this is something I wasn't really interested in getting, but I recently saw a video on this, and I was like, you know what? I think I want to pick one up. I've got a fun package. Ha! Love swallowing phlegm's already making me lose my dinner. Yeah, that's gross. Yeah, don't do that. Anyway, this is going to be a quick one. It's going to be a quick unboxing. Let me see if I have to... Did I set this up properly? I should have done this beforehand. Yes, I did. Okay, there I am. Cool. I'm wearing my Sonic shirt. I bought this... Speaking of concerts, I bought this when I went to the Sonic Symphony. Like, to wear, and I got, like, a yellow Tails-colored blazer to wear over it. Even though it was completely... Like, you completely did not have to do that. I'm not cute. Stop. The fact that no one could see the fact that no one could see the chat also makes me saying that sound like I'm got a higher opinion of myself. Also, I hate how scraggly my beard is. I look like you almost thought how I looked. Just generic white guy with the beard. I don't mind the beard, but, like, when I see it, like, just from the bottom and I see this loose hairs, I'm just like, ugh, no. Munch plush, yeah. Right there. Munch plush, there's meat here. Let me give you a quick tour. This is gonna be a fast unboxing anyway. There's my sketchbook. There's Cube over there. There's Bandit from Bluey. That's a giant blueberry. Ooh, voice crack. There's a Nerd. There's the Homestar Runner puppet. There's Ellie Geckos' plushie. There's Purro from Changed. Where's the Blue Badger? I have the Blue Badger plush back there somewhere. Oh, I see him. He's behind the Master Sword replica. And yeah, that's kind of the quick tour. I've shown my room off before. There's not a whole lot to see here. Okay, I don't want the camera to fall. Oh, generic white guy with the beard in a small room and a bunch of plushies. Wow. Okay. Anyway, gone off track here. I got this today. And what it is something kind of cool, kind of retro, well, super retro. So, in Japan, legendary console designer, Gunpei Yokoi from Nintendo, he, after designing the Virtual Boy and leaving Nintendo out of not shame, but just because he didn't want to be there anymore, he went to work for Bandai, and unfortunately he passed away in a car accident before it came out, but he worked on a neat little handheld that was actually doing pretty well in Japan until the Game Boy Advance came out, called the WonderSwan, and I just recently ordered one the other day, and it got here now, so here we go. It did come with the box, but this is a original generation black and white WonderSwan. You can see my webcam in the clear thing in the thing there. Look, there's everyone. Wait, no, where are they? There you are. Anyway, this is a Chocobo one that I saw. I was like, I want to get a WonderSwan, and I was debating like getting the color one because the color one has more games for it, and it also has there's one that's an even better version of the color called the Swan Crystal. But ultimately, this was the cheapest one. It's Chocobo themed. It's got the little Chocobo silhouette. It's orange and yellow, and it's pretty cool. I gotta say, it feels very nice for how small it is. If you've not seen how the WonderSwan is, you could play it like horizontal with these 4 buttons and these 2, or you could hold it vertically in portrait mode and play with like an 8-button layout. So some games support one, some support the other. I don't know if there's any games that support both. There's no sort of, like, motion detection in this or anything, so it's like a thing you have to manually toggle. Very interesting, system. Big cartridge slot. You have to actually remove the battery cover completely to get it off. Like, not just remove the battery, but, like, the actual piece that goes in. It runs on one AA battery, and somehow, for the original WonderSwan, it lasts about 40 hours on a single AA. The color, I believe, is like 30 hours on a single AA, and then the Swan Crystal is 20 hours on or 15. I think it's like 15, 30, 40 or something like that. That's ridiculous, though. 40 hours of gameplay for a single battery. Interestingly, the system does not have any sort of, like, headphone jack on it. It has this big open port on the side, which does have a headphone adapter for it, but it's, like, super hard to find them. And also, this is where you plug in, like a link cable, and it has a neat accessory that, actually, I'll talk about that in a second, because I have more to show off in here. Found one with you in this... Wait. I have old art that I made, and I could say it was concerning close down. You look bed placement and all. Only stark difference is I imagine your hair much darker. Oh. Found one in a Sonic shirt. What kind of Spider-Verse bullshit was I doing a few months ago? See, I got it. I got a couple of games for it, and most of them are still coming. You're my WonderSwan. God damn it. This bundle can't. This like order. I got this off eBay. This came with 2 games, fully boxed. With it, and obviously, since I got the Chocobo one, it came with Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, which is why I bought this bundle. I was like, oh, cool. So now I own 3 versions of this game. I own the Switch remaster of Chocobo Mystery Dungeon, Everybody. I own the Japanese PS1 version via the Chocobo collection, which I don't know if I could show it. No, it's behind the pillow. It's like a collection of 3 Japanese Chocobo games, which are cheaper to get than the English versions. And now I have the WonderSwan version, which I think might be like a straight conversion of the PS1 game. Focus there. Got your little info at the top. Yeah, it's a Mystery Dungeon game. Pretty sure I just blanked on shirt designs and put a random Sonic PNG on my shirt. Chipset background is still on it, but Jesus Christ, past you. Wow. Box is a little hard to open, even though it's used. I don't like ruining the boxes for old stuff like this. Because, again, I bought this mostly for collection's sake. So not a ton in here. Cartridges come in this really neat... So the cartridges are exposed. They're not like the Game Boy cartridges, which have plastic all the way down. They have exposed bottoms. So they all come with this neat, like, little dust cover piece that it actually clicks into, and it's transparent just enough that you can see the game logo on it, which really neat. I like that. It's a very compact and fun way to store games. The Game Boy had stuff that had ones you'd like clamshell over it, but they took up more space than these do. So that's cool. And that's Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon. So it just kind of slides in the back like that. The original WonderSwan has an on and off switch, which is good because apparently, so the color ones have an on and off switch right here, and from what I've been told, it's really not good. Like the button breaks very easily, so having the switch is a little better. Again, I'm limiting myself by getting a black and white one, because there's only, I think, like a couple games, well, there's 100 games, but I looked it up. But there's only like a few that I actually wanted. That said, I think there's even less that I'd actually want for the color, so I'm not even gonna bother. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm actually probably not gonna keep that cartridge in there, because I'm a little more interested in the other game that came with it. And of course, it's got like the classic like manual, like it's almost like wholesale, just like how Nintendo would do the Game Boy manuals, which is nice, you know, free of any confusion, just straight to the point. Really neat. It's got like the story, the characters on the front. Look, there's Chocobo. Here he is. God, I miss game mails. God, I miss paper. I wish paper was real. So the lot came with a second game, and again, just completely by chance, I saw this I saw this bundle that this person on eBay was selling, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. This is the type of thing. Oh, hey, thank you for the follow, Mesha. Why is it like popping up here before it pops up in the activity feed? That's weird. That shouldn't be happening. Let me refresh that. There it goes. It's weird. Anyway. So you know, I've been on a bit of a Digimon kick the last couple years. Ever since right around when the Vital Bracelet came out. I've been kind of getting back into it. Well, this lot on eBay not only came with the Chocobo stuff, it also came with Digimon Adventure 02 Tag Tamers. Now, this game is it's a standard Digimon game. It's like an overworld RPG. You do like you go on like a separate grid to do combat. I don't know that there's positioning. I think it's just kind of like an RPG arena. That looks like a cyber grid. I don't think there's any movement to it though. I think it's just menu-based stuff. So this game is actually interesting because this is a canonical prequel to Adventure 2. And it stars a young Ken over there, a young Vexen. You can't even hear that. Stars a younger Ken and Rio, who, if you know your Digimon series, you'll know he's a character from Tamers. But originally, he was canon to these Digimon Adventure games that came out in the WonderSwan, and I believe there's one on PlayStation as well. There's a whole convoluted thing where he's like part of that universe, and then that also ties into the anime, and then at the end of his involvement in this, he gets like sent to the Tamers universe, and that's why he's a main character in that show, as opposed to never appearing in the O2 anime, or the regular anime, because he was made specifically for the games, but he was so popular, people wanted him to show up in the anime. So this actually explains the origin, like, it describes a point in time between Adventure 1 and Adventure 2. It actually, this game actually ends with Ken getting the Dark Spore, like in his body, and it actually explains like how that happens to him, and it's cool. It's I believe it's a fairly linear RPG, but like you take turns playing as the two different characters, and it's just it's a story. Tag Tamer. On the back here, so there's the game screenshots, but also, if you look, it mentions the Digimon Link system. So you can see there's a D terminal and a D3 here. If you have a link cable for the WonderSwan, you can actually hook it up directly to these units, to the older Japanese virtual pets, and have them like fight and exchange items and stuff. There's actually there's a bunch of Digimon games for the WonderSwan, but there's also one called Digital Pet version WonderSwan, which is literally a WonderSwan version of the original 5 Digimon virtual pets. And that actually uses, you could see another little icon down here. There's a special wireless adapter. Well, not wireless adapter. This is a wireless adapter, but that's not what this is for. I'll actually show you, because it's in the manual here. So this comes with a fair bit more than the other one, because it has like a bunch of inserts. Also comes with a trading card. I think this is for the card-ass system. That there's a lot of Pokemon card stuff with that now, but I'm not sure. But again, this is very old. There's like inserts for Digimon World 2 here. What's that one in the back? Pocket Digimon World. This music is from a Digimon game on the WonderSwan, but it's not this one. Same thing. Got a neat little dust cover with the cartridge. There's Wormmon and Vmon. It's weird because Rio uses like all of the O2 character's Digimon, like his main partner is Vmon, and it's implied to be the same Vmon that later becomes Davis's partner, because Ryo like disappears from the world. But and Wormmon is of course the same Wormmon. I really love the dust covers on these; they're so cool. How much does this all cost you? This bundle cost me about $150, which is pretty good for aftermarket stuff. The games for the WonderSwan are fairly cheap. People are selling them for about $30 used, depending on the quality. So again, standard manual. I'm probably not going to power up the WonderSwan now because I need to get a battery, and also this screen is going to be very reflective. There's no backlighting. It's gonna look awful if I try showing it off. So, you know, again, standard manual fare. I like that art of Gatomon and Patamon there. That's a good Patamon. That's also a really good Gatomon. Wormmon. She doesn't have the tail ring. Oop. Hey, Robo Bunny, you're sleepy. So something else interesting about the WonderSwan. Here it is, I think. Yes. There's an accessory for this port, this giant port on the side. And I actually have this coming in the mail. It's a special adapter that lets you connect the old V-Pets to it, with the same like two-prong thing. Like, here's my color pendulum that I never brazed, even though I got it a year and a half ago. It actually lets you connect like a two-prong virtual pet connector to the WonderSwan. It's mainly used in the version virtual pet, or version WonderSwan virtual pet, to, you know, battle and stuff, but also could be used with this game. I guess also to battle. But I do have that coming along with the virtual pet version WonderSwan at some point in the near future. And it's really cool. And the neat thing is, the way that those connectors work is that any of the... You could probably see them on my door over there, kinda, hanging off the door. I have a bunch of the Digimon 20ths, and those apparently are all compatible with the old units. So I can use those with the WonderSwan virtual pet and, like, have them fight, which is really cool. I figured, like, I was almost not going to get that one, but also I figured, like, you know what, I'm so deep into the virtual pet scene now, I might as well. Wish I was sleepy. Gotta be at work in 3.5 hours. Oof. Hey, Ayla. Also, whoa, WonderSwan, cool. And yeah, that's what I got. That's my unboxing. That's what I brought for show and tell today. Some games, which they're all in Japanese, so I'm probably never gonna end up playing through them fully. And then the WonderSwan. This is in great condition, by the way. Only damage is like the sticker. Oh, excuse me. On the back has a little wear and tear to it. But yeah, this is a really nice little unit. And, you know, here's the thing. You can emulate WonderSwan games easily, but I feel like having an original one just to have it for, like, my collection is really cool. I have a bunch of... especially Chocobo themed, because I have a bunch of Chocobo stuff. I mean, I've shown this off before, but all the way up there, a lot of yellow birds. So, you know, it's a cool thing to have. I found out more about WonderSwan games besides the Final Fantasy ports. Here's the Chocobo Mystery Dungeon port. I don't even know if it's a port. I think it's just a different game. But yeah, the buttons are very nice. They have a very clicky feel to it. They're not really... They have kind of like a soft plastic feel to them. The later models, like the Swan Crystal, actually has the buttons labeled with like a transparent plastic. This, what it is that they just have it. It's really hard to see, but there's just like an X. Yeah, it's not focusing on it. There's an X, and then there's like one dot above this, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots. And then this is the same, but the Y buttons over here. And then this is A and B. And yeah, it's an interesting control scheme. I don't know if any games use both orientations at the same time. But, yeah, I'll figure that out. Also, it has a belt loop to kind of... Or little keychain loop. To kind of drive in how portable it is. And again, 40 hours of battery life for a single AA. Amazing. Haven't seen the Chocobo one. I've seen the ones based on the FF1 and 2 logos, and I love those. Yeah, I've seen those too. One of the reasons I got this one, because this is probably one of the cheapest special editions that I saw. Especially with the games it came with, and the condition it's in. I love the little Chocobo silhouette. Yeah, that's the WonderSwan. Wait about a week to get that, and I have 3 more games coming. So I have the Digital Monster version WonderSwan with the adapter. I have Puyo Puyo 2 coming for it, and I also have Gunpei, which not the creator of the game, not the creator of the WonderSwan, but the game that was named after him. So it's spelled P-E-Y instead of P-E-I. And it's like a little line. It's a puzzle game, and it looks fun. It looks like I could play it without needing a translation. So yeah, it's cool. I'm looking forward to putting a little time into playing that. And if I don't enjoy it, well, it's still a nice collector's piece. That said, I am definitely going a little overboard on the treats lately. I need to cut back a bit. I got lines under my eyes. I have not been sleeping well lately. Like, I've been getting so drowsy at like 7, 8 p.m. and it's not good. How much more music is there? There's like another 8 minutes of this. Okay. This is music from Digimon Adventure on Anode and Cathode Tamer, which is like a dual version game. I don't know what the story is for that one, though. The one I got is the one that's like the canon one. Anyway, let's put this away. Let's close that up before more people have to see my face. Really a big fan of the downgraded 8-bit OST for the FF4 port, and that sounds so good like that. Makes me wonder if there's any origins in when that game started development on the Famicom instead of the Super Famicom. That's a good question. I actually, it reminds me of, because I've streamed one WonderSwan game. I've streamed Mega Man, Rockman EXE, WonderSwan, or Mega Man Battle Network WS, as it's called in the fan translation. And the opening theme for that is the anime theme, but like in like 8-bit. And it's a pretty good remix of it too. Or not remix, but it's a pretty good rendition of it. Man, YouTube takes so long to fucking load anything now. It's so weird. You think a site as big and demanding as that would have a better control on things, but I guess not. Seriously though, why is this taking so long? So it's not just you. No, it's not. I know what the answer is. It's because they're fucking with people who use AdBlock now and making it slow on purpose. But you know, they should count their count the days down here, because you know we're gonna find ways around that. Yeah, this is a good version of the theme. I love the opening theme to Rockman EXE. This is the anime opening theme. Whew. Yeah, the Dawn of Souls collection of Final Fantasy 1 and 2 for the GBA are just the WonderSwan versions, but ported with new music. So yeah, there's bugs in there that they didn't fix. It's very weird how that just worked. Like, it just kind of went from one console to another. And yeah, that's my unboxing for the day. This is taking longer than oh, whoops. Alright. Yeah. Alright, stick around, I'll be right back with games.